you so much for all that great information. So as Bill said, what I'm going to talk about today is and this goes along with the reporting aspects of what he was talking about, is a product that NCR has recently launched and integrated with the Aloha system, which basically is a consolidation of all your sites into one reporting platform. And it allows you to look at historical data and do all kinds of fun things. It is a what we call a simple tool that isn't necessarily built for customization of reports, but it's got some great metrics in here and can fit any operator of any size. So I'm going to, for time's sake, I'm just going to kind of run through it. There's a lot of information with Console, but if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. But I'm just going to run through the basics of this, and then if at the end of the presentation you have questions, I'd be happy to, additional questions that you want to do a one-off with, I'd be happy to cover some of this with you on one-to-one. So what you're seeing right here is the dashboard for NCR Console. What this does is it's pulling information through our Pulse platform, which I'm not for sure if all of you are aware of what that is, but it's basically pulling off the rails of our Pulse platform and populating this data into your system and allowing you to see it in by day part. It's updating by day part. So what you see here on this front page is a consolidation of all of your stores. Up here you're seeing Beverly Hills here. So for this particular page, this isn't just limited to this particular store, but as we go through this, you can see information by store, and then there's some reporting that you can see a consolidation of data. The reason we do that is because multiple users can take advantage of this type of reporting. You may be an operations person that wants to see all stores, and you may want to have your managers just have access to their own particular store. So we have the ability to set up security access to allow that to happen. So back to the dashboard. So basically what you're seeing here is you're seeing where you are at progress for each store month to date in sales dollars. And if you look over here to the side, you're able to check out some comparisons. You're looking here at sales by day across these different metrics, sales, checks, average check, and guest, and then being able to do comparisons of today, previous week, and previous year. Again, this dashboard is meant to just be a quick login and glance. And as we move through the product, I'm going to be able to show you how you can look at some specific reports like product mix or just key metric reports like what your sales and labor and those types of things are. So we've got sales by day. We can also look at sales by week and, again, do those same comparisons from current week, previous week, and previous year, week to date. As well as down here you have your sales from this year in comparison to last year. This tool does hold a year's worth of data. What you're able to do with it, though, and as we go through the reporting functions, is do some exports, and we've got a little Dropbox feature built in it so that you can save reports, from year to year to be able to do some comparisons. Then you go down here to the bottom, and it's looking at, again, year-to-date sales across the metrics. Over here on the side shot here, we've got a day part. So as I said, this product updates itself by day part, so you're able to quickly log in and your breakfast hours just finished to see what you did for today and see how that compared to your previous week and previous year. And then it's got a forecasting component right here to it that allows you to look, and what it's doing is it's basing what your sales should be based on the last 4 weeks of sales, then a forecast based on your last 8 weeks of sales, and a forecast based on your last 52 weeks of sales, to give you some sort of idea what you should do unless there was something that happened in a particular week or whatever that might have bumped your business up a little bit. But again, it's taking this and looking across the board and doing some forecasting for you. And as we all know, weather is a big component of forecasting. So it allows you just a quick view of what the weather is going to be, again, to help you maybe schedule employees or whatever. Okay? So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to run over and just quickly run through some of the different report features that you can look at. So first what we have, and this one we find is very useful to most of the operators that have been using it already, is our day-to-day reporting. So what this allows you to do is it allows you to look at your, give me one second here, I'm going to turn off my email here so we don't continually get blasted with my emails coming through. My apologies. Okay. So what this allows you to do is it allows you to look at your sales by month, or as we know, August hasn't finished yet, or day by day. And so I'm going to go back a month so we can get a full month in July. And so what you're seeing here is what you did on a particular day in July, and then your weekly totals, as well as what you did for the entire month of July. That didn't work. So I'll dial into this particular day. And what you're able to see here is you're able to see that this is what you did in total or net sales for the day, and it does a quick breakdown. You can dial in here and look at the product mix for that specific day. For time purposes, I'm not going to dial into that one, but I'll show you a report later on down the road that will allow you to view your product mix and pick a date range that you want to look at that for. As well as your hourly sales, you can dial in here and look at your labor costs. This one's pretty handy to most people. And there is another report that will allow you to look at this and more full, give you more information. What you're seeing here is a particular individual, what their pay rate is, and then, as you said here, this is a demo, so it's not all filled in here, but you're able to look at what hours they've worked. Now, in the beginning or end of this year, Q1 of next year, we will be adding a labor component, a labor scheduler, which will be an option for individuals to be able to choose whether they want to add that on to this reporting feature or not. But what this will do for you is allow you to expand a little more besides just what you're seeing here. Okay? So again, we kind of looked at the labor piece of that already and digging into that. That's exactly what this piece is right here. So I'm going to go ahead and move over to the report functionality. So first we can look at sales reports, and this is where the product mix piece is as well. So what I'm looking at here is that I can do a little bit of customization if I want to, is I can pick a date range, and what it's showing is just sales across whatever date range I've chosen. This one is a weekly date range, or weekly. And then I can add pieces to this if I want to break it down by how many checks were involved in that particular range, or a little bit of customization depending on what your needs and what you'd really like to see. I can also go down to here and I can look at my sales. I can view the sales that happened by hour and by day part. And then I'm going to go over to back up here into the reporting and share this product mix report with you. So we find that, this one is a very useful tool to the person that might be doing some inventory or just trying to do some digging into, product mix. So what you can do is you can set a date range here. So I'm going to go ahead and set a date range for the full month of August, or not the full month of August, but up to the 24th. And then what I can do down here is this is pulled in based on the categories set up in your point of sale system. So I can look at food, and let's just say that I want to see what my product mix was for that particular date range in food. So down here, it'll give you a total breakdown of every single item that's under that food category, and show you, what your sales were, what your quantity sold was, what percentage of that was. But then what you can do is up here under this options, you can actually go in and you can export this report. So it goes into an Excel format, which allows you to be able to basically take this information, make sure you're on track for, what came in and what should have gone out, as well as manipulate this data pretty much any way that you want to in order to, help keep track of what's going in and out the door in terms of product mix. Okay? Now I'm going to go back over to sales reports. Actually, I'll go into other data. So again, here, this is another breakdown of types of information, maybe some custom data that you want to look at. It gives you the ability to look at check count, guest count, average ticket, speed of service, all sorts of different information. Now I'm going to run into the key indicator report, and I know I'm kind of whipping through this fast for time purposes, so please, again, don't feel like you have to remember all this information. We can certainly set up a call to go through it in more depth for whatever your needs might be. So this key indicator report is a breakdown, and this would show all your sites, as you see here. And what it's doing is it's showing your, again, sales, checks, just some key metrics that have been configured in our system that will allow you to get the big picture. Again, you can take this, you can print it directly from here, you can export this data and manipulate it basically any way that you want to, and pick a specific date range that you might want to choose to be able to look at this information. Okay? And then down here at the bottom on this one, you can, again, aggregate all this data into your company-wide sales and look at this information from a comparison standpoint. Okay. So other reports. There, again, you can run comp reports, employee breakdown reports, promo reports, store productivity, all kinds of different information, just depending on what your needs are. Again, this isn't a tool that you're necessarily having to go in and build what you want. The majority of the data that most restaurants are looking for, again, we'll probably build upon this and add things as it goes. It's just here for you, and basically if you click on the report, it's pulling from your point of sale system and allowing you to put this in Excel and manipulate the data any way that you want to. So again, there's so much information to this. We do, as I talked about earlier, because this information pulls back a year, you're able to export these out to your Excel format, and then we have this resource key over here, which is basically a Dropbox feature that you could basically not only save reports in here, but maybe just kind of consolidate any type of information that you have within your store and to have it in one place. This is, as you see, this can be accessed anywhere on a laptop, which allows you to not have to necessarily dial into your stores or be at your stores to get this information, but to pull all this data in a consolidated format for you to view when and where you need to and by date ranges. So that's really all I have for today. Bill, is there anything else that you wanted to add to this?
No, I really like Console. It's easy to use. It's very clean. It's an uncomplicated reporting system. I like it.
Yeah, so if there's anyone on the call that would like to go into this in further detail, myself and another rep, Cameron Pluth is the name, Bill can help you get to the right person, and we'd certainly be happy to go through this on a one-on-one basis as well. So that's all for me today. Thank you so much for sitting through this. And any questions before we wrap the call up?
I think we're good. Thank you so much for presenting that, Renee. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so much. Okay, everybody have a great day.
Thank you very much. As always, if you need anything else, please feel free to reach us out here at support@integratedpos.com or info this information, and obviously we will be happy to help you with anything we can or direct you in the right direction. Thank you.